In this video, I'm going to explain what is cloud. So before that, I'd like to clear some concepts about server and client model. So imagine this is a server. Server is nothing but a physical or virtual computer as well. So, and we got a client. So in this case, I'm going to assume this client as your browser. So it could be Chrome or Safari or something else. So we can call it as client. So when you're trying to visit a website, for instance, madhukarari.com. So what happens? So from your browser, that request goes to your internet. So of course you got router and other stuff as well. So I'm not going to explain that. So that is out of scope for this video. So that goes to internet and that looks for the server, whichever the server is serving madhukarari.com. So this one serves to a client. That's why we call it a server. So this one has madhukarari.com, this server. So that's how you get a response. So even you can convert your desktop PC or laptop to be you can use that as a server as well. So further, what you need to do, you need to install appropriate software. So for instance, you have a laptop. So this laptop got i3 processor. It has assume just 256 GB storage, and it got 4 gigabytes of RAM. So it has just assume 4 GB RAM. So if you want to convert this laptop or a desktop PC to be as a server, so what you need to do, this has to be done 24/7 all the time. So if you want your website to be available all the time, so you need to run this 24/7. So further, you need to have electricity supply 24/7, right? And then this laptop need to have proper cooling system. So you need to invest on cooling system as well. So you need to protect this laptop 24/7. So that you need to have security as well, and you need to have high speed internet uh, to serve your website, and you need to configure your router to you need to set it up your router as well. So because by default it doesn't it doesn't allow incoming requests from the internet. So you need to configure that as well. So and in case if you still decided to use your local computer to be to run as a server, then if you have a limit, for instance, your website grows and your business grows, then you need to have you're going to receive much more traffic to your website. So in that case, you need to improve your processing power. For instance, you would go for i7. Then you need to increase the storage, and you need to increase the RAM as well. So further, what you need to do, you need to go out to the nearest shop and you need to buy the stuff, and you can come back and you can fix it. So this one is going to take a long time, right? So when it comes to cloud, then you don't need to take care of all this stuff, especially this cooling stuff for electricity, security, and internet, because cloud providers are going to take care about that. So for instance, if you go with AWS, you got GCP as well, Google Cloud Platform, and you got Azure, so Microsoft Azure as well. So you can sign up with any of these public cloud providers. Then what you need to do, this process takes days in this physical case, but when it comes to cloud, it doesn't take that much time. And if you want to use these, you need to spend on these hardware right now today itself if you want to buy them. But when it comes to cloud, you can create them, then you can pay after end of the month. So you got enough time as well. So you don't need any principal investment and a capital amount. So this one works as a pay as you go model. So whenever you use it, then only you need to pay, and when whatever the services you're going to use, then you're going to use for those services as well. And when it comes to cloud, it provides computing power. For instance, you can choose a processor, virtual processors, and then it gives a storage, it gives us RAM and many others. It offers serverless platforms as well. I will explain this later, maybe later in this playlist. So that we call it serverless computing. So we got many other. It offers API gateway and database and many other services. So I'll explain them in later videos. So for this, what you need to do is just straight away, if you go with AWS, you just need to use EC2. So this EC2, you can spin up your server in a matter of seconds. So it doesn't take that much time. So and for instance, you chose 4 virtual CPUs in AWS, okay? And you chose, for instance, 8 gigabytes of RAM. And suddenly you are not satisfied with the performance of your virtual system. Then what you can do, you can stop your server, then you can raise this to you know 8 virtual CPUs or 16 gigabytes of RAM, or whatever the requirement you have. But if you when it comes to storage, initially you chose 30 GB, then you are not happy with that. Suddenly you want to increase the space. You can go up to whatever the storage you like. So let me show you this. So if you go to this is the browser. So as I said, this is a client. So if I try to visit madhukar.com, then I'm hosting this server on EC2, and this is AWS EC2. Then that request comes over here. And then you can see the settings over here. If you come over here, you can see this is a T2 medium. So if you click on this instance types, the T2 medium. So it goes 2 virtual CPUs and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So if I'm not satisfied with this, simply I can stop this server, then I can extend the space whichever I want. So we need to pay for only the space. If this server runs for 8 hours, I just need to pay for this 4 GB or 4 virtual CPUs and 8 GB RAM for 8 hours only. And if I stop the server, I just need to pay for this 30 GB storage. So this is very flexible, right? That's why companies are moving towards cloud, especially the startups. If I need to start a company, so I don't need to spend any money on these hardware stuff. So simply I can sign up on AWS, then I can create resources. Of course, it offers many other features as well, so I'm not gonna go into that. So I just want to keep this session very brief. And thank you so much for watching.